On November 1st, 1755, one of the most devastating natural disasters in European history occurred, the Lisbon Earthquake. It struck Lisbon, the capital of Portugal, causing widespread destruction. The earthquake, estimated at a magnitude of 8.5 to 9.0, shook the city and left over 30,000 people dead. However, this disaster was not just about physical destruction. Its impact reverberated throughout Europe and the world, affecting philosophical thought, religion, and scientific inquiry. Lisbon at the time was one of Europe's most important cities, with thriving trade and commerce. The earthquake came without warning and struck at a crucial moment, during the All Saints' Day religious service in the city's churches. The timing of the event would shape the response and interpretations of it for centuries to come. As the city was shaken to its core, its citizens faced an overwhelming disaster that would challenge their faith, their government, and their understanding of the world. As the city was shaken to its core, its citizens faced an overwhelming disaster that would challenge their faith, their government, and their understanding of the world. As the city was shaken to its core, its citizens faced an overwhelming disaster that would challenge their faith, their government, and their understanding of the world. At approximately 9 a.m., the ground beneath Lisbon began to tremble violently. The earthquake lasted for about 3 minutes but caused immense damage. Buildings collapsed and entire sections of the city were flattened. In addition to the tremors, a massive tsunami struck Lisbon's coastline, sweeping away buildings and boats. It was followed by widespread fires that burned for days, further adding to the destruction. The devastation was not limited to Lisbon. The shockwaves were felt as far as Morocco and Finland, and the tsunami affected the coastal regions of Europe, including Spain and Brazil. In total, the earthquake, tsunami, and fires left a deep scar on the city, both physically and psychologically. Survivors were left in shock and confusion as the sheer scale of the disaster unfolded before their eyes. The human toll of the earthquake was catastrophic. Exact numbers remain uncertain, but estimates suggest that between 30,000 and 100,000 people lost their lives. Many were killed instantly when buildings collapsed. Thousands of others drowned or died from the fires that followed. The destruction of homes, churches, and public buildings left survivors homeless and devastated. The Portuguese king, José I, was also deeply affected, but he managed to survive the earthquake. His government faced the monumental task of rebuilding Lisbon. The survivors of the earthquake were left to deal with not just physical loss, but emotional trauma. The city had to be rebuilt from the ground up, and its citizens faced a new reality, shaped by the disaster. The people of Lisbon faced the challenge of rebuilding their lives and their community from the rubble left behind. The Lisbon earthquake had a profound effect on religious and philosophical thought. In a deeply religious society, many people saw the disaster as God's wrath. The timing of the event on a holy day seemed to reinforce this belief. The idea that such a catastrophic event could occur led many to question the notion of a benevolent and all-powerful God. However, not everyone saw the earthquake as a divine punishment. Philosophers like Voltaire and Jean-Jacques Rousseau began to criticize religious explanations and questioned traditional beliefs about the nature of suffering and God. Voltaire famously wrote about the earthquake in his satirical work, Candide, where he mocked the idea that all is for the best, in the best of all possible worlds. This marked the beginning of a shift in how people thought about natural disasters and divine justice. The Lisbon earthquake also sparked a wave of scientific inquiry. It was one of the first times that an earthquake was studied with a scientific perspective. The devastation of the event led to the birth of modern seismology. Abbé Henri Grégoire, a French priest, began to document the effects of the earthquake and its aftershocks, helping to lay the groundwork for the study of seismic activity. Additionally, the earthquake raised questions about natural disasters and their unpredictability. It highlighted the importance of understanding the Earth's geology and how such disasters could be better predicted or mitigated. While scientific knowledge was still in its infancy, The Lisbon earthquake began a new era of exploration into the physical causes of natural events. It also led to the establishment of early earthquake warning systems and emergency response planning. The long-term effects of the Lisbon earthquake were felt across Europe. The disaster and the ideas it inspired helped shape the Age of Enlightenment. Philosophers and intellectuals began to question established ideas about the world, religion, and human suffering. Immanuel Kant and other thinkers considered the earthquake as evidence of nature's indifference to humanity, leading to new ideas about human rights and ethics. Politically, the earthquake had a significant effect on Portugal. King José III, after losing much of his capital, appointed the Marquis of Pombal to rebuild Lisbon. Pombal introduced sweeping reforms, including a new, more secular government, and focused on rational rebuilding efforts. These efforts helped transform Lisbon into a modern city and laid the foundations for future urban planning. The rebuilding of Lisbon became a symbol of resilience and rationality in the face of disaster. Thanks for watching. If you found this video interesting, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more history content. See you in the next video.